What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Wave 12 figures, and in this wave we have Snake Armor Skeletor. So we're continuing on with more of the Snake Man characters. So we have Skeletor in the Snake Armor, which looks really cool. Love that design with the 2000s version of Skeletor. And then for the Snake Man as well, we have Tung Lashor, which ours unfortunately in the box was all damaged when it arrived. Like everything was just falling out of it, so we just kind of threw him inside and taped it back together. But cool to have Tung Lashor. Love the cool design of the frog and stuff he is there. And then from the Sunman universe, we have Hypno, which looks really cool and comes with some cool accessories for him as well. So we only have these three characters. We did want the Roboto from this wave, so we're just dealing with these three, but all three of them look really cool and I'm excited about them. So let me get them out of the packaging and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with the Snake Armor Skeletor from the 2002 He-Man series, and he has armor that makes him stronger but also is mind controlled by King Hiss. Now that information just all came from the back of the packaging. I tried looking up stuff for Skeletor in the Snake Armor, but I couldn't find anything, just that they made like figures and stuff of it back in the days. But I think overall he looks cool, so much like He-Man had the Snake Armor, you know, to be able to fight against the Snake Man. I assume it's relatively the same for Skeletor, like when his fight against the Snake Man, but also could be, like I said, since King Hiss sort of mind controlled him and gave him this armor, so it makes him stronger against He-Man in the fight. But overall looks cool, and it is that 2000s version of Skeletor, so we have the same head design with like the head covering that I didn't like on that older figure, and then the same overall body with the same blue color of skin and the purple, just there's some less details. Like I know on the knees there were some red jewels and stuff, but still is like that loincloth design or whatever. That looks pretty cool with the nice head there on the belt and stuff, and all the straps and everything with the leather designs, the braces, and the guards there around the shins and stuff. But overall looks pretty cool, but then has this snake armor over the top that you can easily take off and remove, but then you always have this head, so it's kind of pointless to do that. But it still looks pretty cool with the big like cobra head there, so it's got the cobra fan going around, the nice green snake eyes in there, which is cool, and the two fangs coming down that have the straps attached to them around to the back, and then the nice like snake skin design all over it. Looks pretty cool. Going into the helmet, which has like a snake mouth coming down around Skeletor's mouth with the fangs and stuff, again green eyes and more of that cobra head that goes back, and then a little tiny silver cobra head there on top, which I think in the old style it like floated up in the air, but with the Origins design they just kind of flattened it down on there. But overall I think it looks pretty cool. Like definitely not like the coolest figure ever, but I like the design and stuff and additional features for Skeletor there, which is cool. But we'll do the movement, so head can twist around, which it's kind of hard to twist around because of like all the snake design, so you can really just go side to side, because especially this tail piece in the back gets in the way and stuff, so can only really go side to side, and then has a little bit of rocking back and forth. Then we go to the shoulders that come up to 90 and rotate around, which I don't know if I can get, yeah, I kind of force it all the way around there. And then has the single elbow joint to 90 with the rotation, and wrist twist around and flex back and forth. Then we got the twist at the waist, so twist all the way around, which his belt's falling off. And then that goes to the hips that can come up a little and out to the side. Single knee joint back with rotation. Rotation at the top of the boot, which it's hard with this design, but can rotate around there. And the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. So as always, the same movements, and we'll see that with all the figures today. But overall, he looks really cool, which is the biggest part. Can't complain too much there. Now for accessories, he does come with some cool weapons. So first we get a Fang Blade, as it's called. So this looks pretty awesome. It's in a nice bright neon green color, but pretty weird design for a sword overall. Like I assume it's supposed to be, you know, a sword design, but like I said, just the overall design looks pretty weird. So don't like that too much, and how it's hollow on the underside there. But we'll go ahead and take this and put it into his hand. So there's the sword, but and I like the color and stuff, but the overall design could be better. And then we also get a shield with it, so pretty cool snake shield as well. So this looks pretty cool. I love the skull with the like fangs coming down, and then all like the feathering design or whatever there, just looks really cool. Big awesome purple shield. So let's slide this on his arm, and there he's got the shield, so he looks pretty cool, all armored up there with the snake armor for Skeletor, so that looks really awesome. And for other figures, we can bring in the other Skeletor. So this is what the normal version of the 2000 Skeletor looks like, so you can see with all the red design stuff, so a little bit more detail, but you can see a lot of the same features carried over between the two. And then we can also bring in the snake armor He-Man, so we can have He-Man and Skeletor there facing off. So again, both the 2000s versions and their snake armor, so both look really cool for that. So awesome to add this snake armor Skeletor to the collection. Not a necessary figure, we just thought it'd be cool to get because the armor looked really cool and stuff, but not really necessary for it, but I still think he looks awesome. And next up we have Tung Lashor, which is a member of the Snake Man, and he has an extending tongue that he can use like a tentacle and a whip, and he's coated with a venom that is poisonous, so if anyone touches him they get poisoned. So overall he looks pretty cool here. So it's weird that he's kind of a member of a Snake Man, but he also looks like a frog, at least like frog designs. Like I know when reading stuff about him, he was designed off like a poison dart frog and stuff, and has some frog-like designs, like especially there with like the hands and stuff, but then also has some snake-like features like with the scaling and stuff. So it's like they took a mixture of a frog and a snake and put it together. But there you can see the head, and I love the overall color design with like this purple or magenta or whatever it is, like a purplish pink, and then the dark purple on top as well that runs over the body, again giving like that poison dart frog design, which is cool. Orange in the center with the snakeman design, and then he's got the black pants, black gloves over his gecko like toes and stuff there, or tree frog toes I guess. The pink and purple legs continuing all the way down where he's got some weird toes there as well. He's got like 4 little toe things there. So pretty cool and interesting design, and overall love like his face with like the snake eyes or whatever you want to call there, and then has all the teeth hanging out of the mouth and stuff. So that all looks pretty cool, but overall figure wise going to be pretty much the same. So for the movements, the heads will twist around and can look down that far and up that far, so a little bit back and forth. Shoulders up 90 and rotate around. Elbow joint bent to 90 with rotation, and wrist twist around and flex back and forth. We get a twist all the way around at the waist. The hips can come up a little and out to the side. Single knee joint back with rotation. Shin twist in the middle of the leg, and these are so hard to twist around sometimes, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So same movements once again, and overall like I said, I love the designs with the colors and stuff of him especially. But for accessories, first as I mentioned we talked about his tongue, so we get a tongue accessory, which I believe in the old toy, at least by what I saw or read, that he had like a thing that you would like move and the tongue would do stuff, but this you just stick this long tongue in, and definitely looks like a snake tongue with the nice yellow at the end and the teal color going up into it, so more colors added in there, but he's got that nice long tongue there. But for weapons, first we get a snake staff. So we saw this with, I think Rattler had it, but this time it's all in purple, so a purple staff with this purple snake like rattlesnake there on it, so that's pretty cool. So let's just stick this in his hand. So there I got the staff in his hand, and he doesn't really hold stuff too well because his hands don't work out very well, but I was able to get it just stuck in his hand like that. So that's one way you can do it, but I'm sure you can try and get it worked around and into a different way. And then he also comes with the Dragonfly Crossbow, which looks pretty cool. So it's got a dragonfly design into it, but so there's a crossbow design on top with the nice arrow in there and stuff, so that looks really cool. So different crossbow than we've seen in the past. So we'll go and stick this in this other hand. So I stuck that in just like I did with the staff as well, so just kind of in between the fingers there kind of holds it. So overall he looks pretty cool there. Like I said, mostly with this figure all I like is like the design overall with like the pink and purple design stuff. I think it makes it stands out, and with him being sort of like a frog, I think that's pretty cool. But now that we have Tung Lashor, we can bring in the other Snake Man. So we have Cobra Khan and Rattler here as well, so we're starting to grow our Snake Man collection as well, which is pretty cool. So very cool to have Tung Lashor now added to the Snake Man. And our final figure today is of Hypno from the Sunman universe, and I don't know much about him. I couldn't find much of anything, so just going off the back of his box, he's a psychic hypnotist of the rulers of the sun that has a mesmerizing voice and can hypnotize people and see into their futures. So like I said, I was trying to look stuff up for him, but I couldn't really find anything except for maybe that he was an unreleased figure back in the 80s. So this is the first time getting Hypno. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that, but overall I think he looks cool and fits in with the rest of the Sunman universe. So he's got the darker skin tone. So again, that's part of the Sunman having different ethnicities and stuff, but I don't know what he is or anything like that. But I still think he looks cool with all the orange. So he has the orange headband, much like Boltman had like the blue or teal color there. Has a nice chest piece with a nice design with the yellow into it, the nice like stripes around or whatever those are. That looks pretty cool. Then he's got the orange guards on his arms with the diamonds, the orange underwear with the yellow diamond, and orange boots there on his feet with the stars, as well as the other Sunman characters have. So overall I think he looks pretty cool, and looks like face wise and stuff he's using that Boltman head again, just in a different color this time. But overall I think he looks pretty cool. So an awesome design. I just wish I could know more about him. But let's do his movements. So his head can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so a little bit back and forth. Shoulders up to 90 and rotate all the way around. Single elbow joint to 90 with rotation, and wrist twist around and flex back and forth. And we got the waist twist all the way around, hips up a little and out to the side. Single knee joint back with rotation, and a shin twist at the top of the boot with a foot that flexes back and forth. forth and twist side to side. So those same movements once again, so nothing new or expected differently, but I just wish there'd be something different at some point. But for accessories, he comes with a helmet. So we have this cool helmet design like this way. It looks pretty cool, but when trying to put him on him, I don't really know like how it sits on him exactly. Like just sitting on it kind of sits like that, but seeing pictures, you don't see any of his hair, so I feel you got to get it angled down, but then it kind of sits weird on his head, like it sits way too far back. So I'm not exactly sure how you put it on him, and like I think the best way would be there, so it covers up most of that headband, but again, the way it sits on there, so I feel it should sit like that, but then it's way too up. So again, I don't know exactly how this sits on, or if there's a certain way. I just can't get it to sit in that proper space. I just wished it worked better, like set on him properly. And for his weapon, we have the Wand of Mesmerization, so again, all in this orange color. So we have the stick, and then it also has this big like swirly thing with the hypnosis thing that you can spin on the back here, so you can spin this around, so I will be hypnotizing you. So that's pretty cool, I guess. And there is the storage space I saw on the back, so you can stick it back in there, or we can just go and pop it into his hand. So there's the wand in his hand, so that's pretty cool. And again, you can spin that to hypnotize people. And then he also comes with a falcon, so again, not knowing anything about his story, I don't know what this is for, but it's an all silver falcon, which looks pretty cool. And with this, we can stick it onto his arm. I don't really know how it goes in. When I've done it, I just tried to stick it like on his hand there, and then it'll sit on his arm pretty well, so you can have it like that, so it sits on him there. So that is pretty cool, having that bird as well. Like I said, I just wish I knew more about it, but it's awesome to have Hypno there, and we can add him in, of course, with our Sunman character. So we have Sunman here to add him in with. So pretty cool to have Hypno now added to the Sunman universe. Well, that's going to be it for Wave 12 of the Masters of the Universe Origin figures, where we're in this wave. We got Snake Armor, Skeletor, Tung, Lashor, and Hypno. Again, there was Roboto. I believe it was part of like the Snake Men sort of stuff, so he was a different color Roboto, but we didn't really care for it because didn't like the colors and design and stuff, so we skipped out on it. But the rest of the wave is pretty cool, and I like each of these different characters, and we got a lot of purple and orange going on here, which is pretty cool, but very cool wave overall in my opinion. And again, continue on with the Snake Men that we'll see coming up in more waves. But let me know what you thought of these characters down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. Well, and thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.